Hey, HopeQuest family, Troy here with Melissa, and we're just so grateful that you join us. It's so fun to hear from you out there via email or when we see you that you're enjoying these videos. We'd love to get emails from you asking questions and telling us what you think about these videos, because it really is. It's our joy to be able to just come and talk together with one another, but more importantly, to talk together with you. So, sweetheart, last week we talked about one of our favorite marriage books. So remind folks, because it's got a really odd title to it for a marriage book. So remind folks what that book is and why we love it so much.
So the book we're talking about is Love and War by John and Stacey Eldredge. And one of the reasons we love it so much is because it's really a book about the heart of marriage. It's not a to-do book or 10 easy steps to have a great marriage. It's not about formula. It's really about relationship. And since relationship is at the heart and the DNA of everything we do here at HopeQuest and everything that God is about, it really resonates with us.
Well, and marriage is about relationship. Marriage is about connection. Marriage is about being known. And I love that book and the way that it kind of points us towards, like you said, not a formula, but the heart of marriage and really kind of some practical guidance and to experience that. So last week I shared, it was hard to pick just one, but I picked my favorite kind of piece of Love and War. And that piece, to remind you guys out there, was the whole idea that your spouse is not your enemy. Your enemy, your marriage has an enemy, but it's not your spouse, it's the devil. And so often in our relationship, I struggle to not see you as the enemy, which is kind of ironic since you're sweet and kind and gracious and beautiful and you know you're the opposite of what an enemy would look like. But I struggle with that. And so today we've been looking forward, Melissa, me and all of our friends out there in HopeQuest land have been looking forward to hearing your favorite part of Love and War.
So, it was really hard to pick because I have several favorite parts of Love and War.
I get that.
But I think the one that I've landed on that probably has the most impact in terms of the way I view marriage and the way I look at our marriage is this idea that goes along with you're not my enemy, but we're in this together. So I'll read a little bit from this. And so this devotional companion to the big Love and War is awesome because it's like a summary of the book. But John and Stacey say this. The implications are pretty staggering. We have a mission we cannot fulfill without each other. We're in this together. That is God's gift to man and wife. The two of you are part of something beautiful and dangerous. This is crucial to a Christian understanding of marriage. And part of the reason why that resonates with me so much is because so often in marriage, when we read each other as threats instead of partners, we feel very alone. And so when I think about if my stance towards you is I am for you, I believe the best about you, and if I'm getting a negative reaction from you, then something bigger than me is going on. I may have inadvertently or unintentionally or sometimes intentionally said something, done something that you have perceived as a threat in some way.
Right.
A threat to, feelings of rejection or adequacy. But if I can remember, and if you can remember in that moment, that we are on mission together. We're part of something bigger than us, that our stance is that no matter what happens, whatever storm comes our way, whatever circumstances come our way, whatever we're up against, we're in it together, then that gives me, that helps me take a step back and put everything into perspective, that we're teammates.
Right.
Not only are you not my enemy, but you're on my team.
Right.
And that means if something whatever is getting in between us, we can push that away and take a long look at it and actually fight for the right thing together.
So what I hear you saying is that by reaffirming, recognizing, believing, and living as if we are together in this, then when problems come that impact our marriage negatively and impact our relationship negatively, then we can identify those, and together we can face those.
Correct.
And how does that, talk to me real quick about how that helps us identify and face those problems.
So I think so often when we have conflict or something goes wrong in our relationships, it either feels like you are the problem or I am the problem. Right? So something's wrong with me or something is wrong with you. And sometimes it's both.
Right.
Sometimes we have both of those beliefs going on in our head. Like, you're feeling, I feel inadequate or powerless right now, and I don't have the ability to manage that. And maybe I'm feeling unloved, or unlovable.
Right.
And so sometimes we have these things going on with us, but if we can press pause and say, okay, hang on a minute. I know the truth about us. Right. We are for each other. We love each other.
Right.
We have overcome so many obstacles together. So if I'm feeling something, can I make what I'm feeling or what I'm believing in that moment, make it the target of change instead of me or you?
Well, and that helps me, because so often, there's this false belief that either I'm the problem, I'm just screwed up, I'm never going to get this right, I'm never going to be the husband you deserve. Therefore, there's all of this shame and stress and pressure that I'm feeling. And when I feel shame and stress and pressure, I don't do well, and I tend to spiral, in a more negative direction. But also, when if I see you as the problem, then there's this tendency for me to either attack you or to blame you, or if nothing else, I get stuck because I'm sitting over here and I'm waiting for you to change, because I think wrongly that if Melissa would just change, if Melissa would just do something different, then our marriage would be better. And what I hear you saying is that those perspectives, I'm the problem or you're the problem, keep us from really identifying the problem and keep us from remembering that we're a team together, and that together, you and me and God, we can overcome any problem that comes to our marriage.
Yeah, we can use the resources we have and the gifts that we have to tackle something that's coming up between us in a way that's actually productive and transformative instead of disconnecting.
So let me ask you this. When you remember this truth, this fact that we are together, we are a team, we face what we face in our marriage together, how does that make you feel?
So certainly less alone. I think for all of us, there's this longing to not feel alone or unsupported. Right. And sometimes that longing, if unmet, it's really painful.
Right.
It's a very painful place to feel alone.
Right.
And so when I know that you have my back and that we're actually going to do this together,
right,
even if it's back-to-back, swords in hand, fighting a common enemy, even if it's facing something that's really difficult between us, like infidelity, right, or something in my life, self-reliance that keeps us disconnected, then if we're in it together and we can face it together, right, then there's multiplied strength and multiplied resource, right, and then we're also not alone.
Right. And being alone is a big one for me. Right. I often feel alone, and when I feel alone, I feel unsupported, and that I feel hopeless, and things can tend to spiral down for me in that. And it really is helpful for me. It makes me feel loved, supported, not alone, connected when I remember that we are a team, that you are for me, that we are together. Because when I see you as the enemy, part of what happens is that immediately, if you're the enemy,
I can't be on your team.
You can't be on my team. You can't help me. And also, I can't trust you because I don't trust my enemies.
Right. And
so it's such an insidious path to go down, to think we're not together, I'm alone, you're actually my enemy. What a lonely place that puts me in when I believe those things. And what a hopeful place that puts me in when I believe we really are together. We really are a team. And whatever we're facing in our marriage, in our ministry, in our lives, with our family, we're facing together.
Absolutely.
You know, Melissa, I want to say to you, I'm so incredibly grateful that we are together. And we've been through a lot. And I just want you to know how grateful I am that I'm not alone and that we are together.
Me too. Me too. I'm glad to be here with you.
Yeah. Well, we're also glad to be here together with you. And we want you to know you're not alone. The Hope Quest family is here to walk with you and to help you with resources and hope as you are overwhelmed by addiction and other challenges in your life. And we just want you to know that if we can help you in any way, we invite you to reach out to us. These videos are here for you, but they're also here for you to share. Feel free to share them on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, however you can. If you get this via email, forward that email to your friends, because we want to be a help and a hope to you and those that you love. We would be grateful if you'd pray for us here at Hope Quest. Your prayer support and your partnership with us makes a huge difference, and we're so incredibly grateful for that. And Melissa and I are so grateful that you pray for us and the Hope Quest team on a regular basis. Thanks, and have a great day.